Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Could be the last day of his.
All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Quadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, that's GMS, all right, of whom I learn from each and every day. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 mighty men out there would be judges of the earth, you know, and hey, these things are coming real quick. And this is a video that I got from the brother GMS Faxworks. Shalom to the brother. Okay, look, shit is going down, man. Shit is going down. All right, and you know, right now what you have is you got, you know, I guess you maggers, maggots, you know, the MAGA movement or whatever. You know, have basically been bamboozled and tricked. All right, and in this video, you know, with this guy, some kind of prepper, you know, I believe it very well possibly is controlled opposition, all right, because he's up and down on certain issues or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. We are to stay occupied in prophecies. So let's read this. Let's go here first. All right, this is the book of Sirach, 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And what you're gonna see, it's a pretty long video. It's like 10 minutes and 41 seconds, you know. But you know, I'm gonna play it after this, and you know, hopefully it's edifying, because that's the point of these videos in the first place. It's for the edification of the people. All right, so you can ultimately, learn about what's going on, have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and let's go here. Let's go to the book. Usually I share my screen, but I don't really need to right here. Let's see, Isaiah 33 and verse 6. All right, because you got these people saying, look, do this, do that, and you know, but they're not saying stay occupied in prophecies. They're not talking about the elect. They're not talking about, you know, being saved from the Holy One of Israel, which is, you know, his name is Yahweh, and his only begotten son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, Isaiah 33 and verse 6 reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Because what you're getting ready to see in this video here, man, hey, this is going on across the globe, okay? And what Esau Edom does, you know, what the scripture said that Esau Edom, you know, Job 9 and verse 24, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, all right? And you have this cruel Lord in Nero, which everybody knows is Donald Trump. All right, this cruel Lord is basically, you know, bringing all kinds of chaos. You know, he claims to be the law and order president, but right here he says something about, you know, Venezuela fuck around and find out, or don't fuck with America or whatever. J.D. Vance on the side over there wearing eyeshadow. All right, he's just a bunch of weirdos, man, straight up. Okay, but it's like, yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, something Apple something, but smiling real big, and the pride of these devils, man. The pride of these devils. But yet again, what you have is all fucking chaos, man. It's lucky for the language, you know, all kinds of chaos that's getting ready to come to pass, not only here in Babylon, aka America, but across the earth. All right, the sea and the waves roaring, earthquakes in diverse places, wars and rumors of wars. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gathering all these nations in the valley of decisions, multitudes. It's all over the place, but you got to pay attention and stay occupied in prophecies and walk circumspectly and hope, you know, and hope. Have a healthy fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hope you are part of that 1/3. Okay, Micah 2 and verse 1 reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right, so these Edomites have the power to do these said miracles and trickery and what you call it, basically just witchcraft, man. But see, the shit's no longer working as it did before. That left hand side of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that magic is not working anymore. You know, and the people are starting to see Esau Edom for what he is, which is the damn devil the Bible speaks of. Verse 2, that reads, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and they take them away, so that they oppress a man, even Salakia, so that they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Sort of scared stance over what Trump just said.
All right, so continuing on here, 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, and I'll close out right here. I don't got to make it too long, because hey man, this shit is going down. It's going down, and again, you have, you know, you got MAGA even going up against, you got these so-called Republicans, you know, going up against, you know, Trump. And you know, the things that this guy's doing, man, and he's been allowed to do this simply because he's that cruel Lord written in the book of Isaiah, man, the 19th chapter. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Proverbs 21. And, you know, he's in the mind of the kings, man, and he's flipping, you know, what Muhammad Ali, I've turned the world upside down. No, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's doing this. Okay, 2nd Esdras 15, verse 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, you see that? Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, man. And you've been told, this is really, it's a warning. All these epistles are warnings, man. All right, to turn back. Hey, come back. Okay, before it's too late. And time is reaching the end, man. You can tell by the prophecies that are going on. The things that are happening across this earth, man. And especially here in Babylon. All eyes, you know, hey, what they say, all roads lead to Rome. Okay, this is Rome 2.0. Let's jump on down here. Ooh, for all the verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. You see that? The scripture said it's doom and gloom. All right, that's the truth. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as in touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, each and every day, right? That's what this, look, see, the other group, the Holy Spirit, and I just watched the part, you know, of the elders video that just popped up right there. Okay, going into you know, hey, look, us Jakes, man, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled bird. All right, we know about the hardships, and I mean, look, it's a part of the curses, man. You know, but now that these Edomites are feeling it, man, they coming out in droves and doing videos talking about woe is me, woe is me. Shh. Yeah, okay. You know, jump on down to verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment the Most High Yahweh power shall bring upon it, man. You see it. And then we're going to play the whole video. Okay? Fair use, fair use. They that till the ground shall mourn, for the seed shall fail through the blasting in hell with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Salakia, verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. See that? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And right now you got that, and this no king shit going on, you know, and it's going to be used as a catalyst to come in like a flood and you know, and persecute their own citizens, man. Okay, and that's that. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shalom. Damn. If I can get it to act right. There we go.
I have a contact with a person who is working with immigration enforcement right now, and he said that the sentiment on the streets is pretty dangerous. Every day that he goes to work, he feels like it could be the last day of his employment and the last day of his life. The crowds, in many cases, are very against immigration enforcement, and this is being made worse by political leadership across our country telling people to go out and arm themselves because warrantless searches go against the Constitution. We have a division across the United States of America that is threatening to pull us into an open civil war. Right now, Trump is warning Venezuela that they better not F around with the United States of America. Zelensky is being told that we may be creating a bridge between Alaska and Russia, and China is about to take Taiwan. This is probably the most dangerous time that we have faced as human beings inside of the United States of America and across our world. It's time to prepare. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at what is happening here. We have an extreme weather event taking place in Spain. I'm going to remind you guys, please, if you experience any sort of flooding in your area, take very special precautions for it. It only takes a couple of inches of rushing water to knock you down, and then only a couple of inches to make you drown. Okay, this is why the FBI is going so hard across our country at immigration enforcement, why the CIA got involved, and the Department of Homeland Security is putting threats out against agents. So during the open border timeline in our country, we had Russian operatives, Chinese operatives, Syrian operatives, Iranian potential operatives, maybe even some North Koreans enter into our country, and they did it just by following the chains of people that were coming in from South America. They blended in. They would have their operators look the part, feel the part, go gray to blend in with the people who are there and set up shop inside of the USA. This person was arrested by the FBI in Louisiana. He took part in the Israel attack in October of 2023. He reportedly entered into the U.S. on an immigrant visa. They say that he lied on his application, and right now they are said to be chasing multiple leads against people who he was operating with. So we probably have a full-on cell or group of cells operating inside of our country today. And that's why I tell you, when you go to Walmart or Target or you're just driving down the street, you've always got to have your wits about you. And please make sure that your family knows, just because you're inside of the USA, it doesn't mean that you're safe everywhere that you walk. Here is Trump telling Venezuela he better not F around with the United States.
Everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right.
So this video by Donald Trump has two very clear things within it. One, he admits the news that we reported on 2 days ago, 3 days ago, that Maduro has offered the United States anything to stay in power. He said you can come in and set up contracts with oil, you can set up contracts with rare minerals, you can have the gold. Basically gave Trump the card to be able to have anything he wants within the country under a law that would keep, or under a rule that would keep him in power. Trump wasn't going to let that happen.
He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
So Trump closes this out after saying, and this is probably one of the only times that I have seen a standing president use any sort of vulgarity in that way. This is a real threat to Maduro, a real threat openly to Venezuela. And it's a showing to the rest of the world that the United States of America is not the pansified country that it has been forced to be for the last couple of administrations. Even Trump's first term, there was very much political correctness. Excuse me, there was a lot of, oh, you don't want to say that. We don't want to hurt the feelings of those people or that country. And that's been thrown out the door. The United States of America, I believe, is holding on to technology, or holding on to some sort of superior weapon that other countries are shaking in their boots from. Now watch as J.D. Vance, he is just cracking up, the vice president of the country, not shocked, not in some sort of scared stance over what Trump just said by dropping the F-bomb to Venezuela, that basically they're going to go in and take him out if they want to. Now, we have a lot of military forces building up around Venezuela. There's something like 10,000 active troops. Those are the disclosed numbers. There's an idea that we might be looking at 20 to 30,000 troops that are actually in that area. The USA is no longer showing all of its cards to all of these countries and letting them know that, hey, we're building up, we're about to go in. Absolutely not. This is a new America.
We've also gotten a report, yes,
Against NATO is not something that's gonna look like in a Rambo movie, you know, there's a war, an attack, and a tanks. It's a different reality. They are testing the ground. And as Russians saying themselves, they put the red lines where they are allowed to, right? So first, these were parts of the drones which were falling on the Romanian and Polish territory. This was under-communicated. No reactions was there, and no action were taken. Then there was a rhetorics in terms of a bigger role NATO should play, or Europe should play in its defense, and he decided to demonstrate that Europe is not capable of defending itself.
And this was a testing ground by the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Russian military to see how far they could push NATO before NATO would take a reactive stance. Now NATO has kind of gotten their together and said, if it happens again, we have all of the rights and an agreed upon stance by NATO as a whole to take down Russian fighter jets or to take down Belarusian jets, take down drones. It doesn't matter where they're coming from. If they identify them as potentially harm-causing aerial objects, they can shoot them with Patriot missiles or with any sort of missile out of the sky. Here's a video of Venezuela launching their F-16 fighter jets from their air base. This is as the B-52 bombers of the United States of America moved up to the Venezuelan countryside and the border there. Now, what's happening below this video is very important because everybody is just going about their daily life. There's the setup for war overhead, and everybody is riding their bikes. They're just moving through. Folks, this is what a conflict of this type looks like. All right, let's move forward, see what else we've got here. Peru declared a state of emergency. These protests and the violence that we're seeing, it's not just America. It's everywhere around our world. So this is happening in Peru, but we do have an uprising that is becoming common around our country. It's really important that your family follows the 3 rules that I keep important as the most important prepper rules for you. Do your chores. That involves going to work, taking care of your house, repainting when necessary, things like that. Do your preps. That means getting your family prepared. Buying your over-the-counter medication, getting your first aid kit, building your barter box, things like that, and then have fun. If you're not out there relaxing, taking a break down from this huge build-up to a conflict that will last 10 years, then you're missing a little bit of the puzzle there. Speaking of the problems that we're starting to see, this is a video showing in Vietnam, but it happened in Europe. It's happening in America. These are people lining up to buy gold because gold is expected to hit 5,000 market minimum by the end of 2025. And some of these economic outlets are saying that it might hit $10,000 very soon. If you want to know why this is happening, it's because investment agencies and hedge funds and government bodies, they understand that the United States of America and our military capabilities are all that are keeping the dollar as the currency of the world. As soon as the United States of America becomes engaged with multiple foreign powers, and as soon as we start to see a bigger problem, gold, silver, copper, lead, those are going to be the precious minerals that everyone needs the most. All around our country, folks, we're starting to see a rising up. People are starting to realize what kind of problems we are having. Please make sure that you check back at 2 p.m. this afternoon. I've got more breaking news from America and from around the world. You're watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube. This is YouTube's original prepper news channel. From my family to yours, please stay safe.